On Tuesday, shortly after Joe Biden announced that Kamala Harris was going to be his pick for VP, Donald Trump did an interview with Fox Sports where he suggested that Joe Biden choosing a woman as his running mate was somehow insulting to men all over the planet. Here's what Trump said. Some people would say that men are insulted by that. Some would say it's fine, I don't know. But that was in response to Clay Travis, who was the host, who said, he said he had to pick a woman. And Trump says, well, some people would say that that's insulting to men. Some wouldn't say that. I don't know. We know exactly what you're doing, right? That is exactly how people handle that situation when they want to give like their horrible opinion, but try to make it sound like it's not theirs. Like, I don't know, man. Some people would say that that's, pretty sexist towards men. I mean, some people wouldn't say, I don't know who says what. Yeah, we know what you say. You think it is insulting to men because you don't think for a second, Mr. Trump, that a woman could ever be on your same level. You don't. You absolutely do not. Women are creatures that were put on this planet simply for your amusement and your pleasure. That is how it exists in Donald Trump's world. It doesn't matter how successful you are, how intelligent you are, or how powerful you are. You will never be on Donald Trump's level in his own mind. And that's why he made this comment. And I am sure there are plenty of those, kind of the right-wingers who think all women are bad, who absolutely think that announcing that you're going to pick a woman no matter what is somehow insulting to men. But guess what? The men who think that it's insulting, it's actually pretty okay to go ahead and insult those men because they're assholes. Let's not beat around the bush either, folks. If you think that saying I'm going to pick a woman is insulting to men, then you're the kind of man that actually deserves to be insulted anyway. Right? That's where we are. There is nothing wrong with Biden saying this. There was nothing wrong with him making that commitment. He did what he felt he should do, what he felt he needed to do. And when you're looking at a presidential ticket on the right, like Trump-Pence, who, because of his so-called religion, believes that men are superior to women, and Trump, based on all of the accusations against him, who believes that women are nothing more than objects, then yes, it does make sense to counter that ticket with a woman on the other side. That makes perfect sense. That is not necessarily pandering by Joe Biden. Of course, it probably is a little bit. Let's be perfectly honest. Most of politics is pandering. But think about it this way. Donald Trump even tweeted out earlier this morning that I will win the suburban housewife. As if that's really a thing that totally exists anymore. Back in the 60s, early 70s, the suburban housewife, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have women who go out and they go to college and they get careers. That's always been their plan since birth. They're not thinking, well, I'm just going to stay home and raise the kids while John goes out and makes the money. That's not a thing that happens anymore. They're taught to be strong. They know that they're not meant to just sit at home being baby machines. But Trump is still out here this morning tweeting out those insults to women. So you may think Biden's insulting men everywhere, but guess what you're doing on a constant basis? You're insulting women everywhere. And Biden can actually afford to insult men everywhere. Do you know why? Because it's not the white, uneducated men who are going to put him over the top. It is the middle class, middle of the road women here in the United States. That's kind of the swing group. They went for Trump, unfortunately, in 2016. They've abandoned him, according to the most recent polls, in 2020. And if Trump keeps doubling down on his statements, saying that, I'm going to win you, I own this demographic. Yeah, good luck with that, pal, because they already hate you, and you're just making them hate you even more. One of today's video sponsors is Surfshark VPN, and right now they have an exclusive offer for our Ring of Fire viewers. Just go to surfshark.deals/ringofire or click on the link at the top of the video description below, and you can get 85% off of a 2-year subscription with Surfshark, and you get 3 months VPN use free as well. Surfshark.deals/ringofire. The link is in the top of the video description. And let me tell you for just a moment why it is so important to use a VPN right now. We know that websites, corporations who own these websites, they're tracking your data, they are taking your data, they are selling your data and making a profit off of it. And every time that they sell that to somebody new, you end up with those phone calls, you end up with those targeted advertisements. Sometimes you even end up with actual direct mail based on what you've searched, websites you've gone to, and everything in between. Using a VPN can cut down on that. It protects your private data. That is what you have. Your digital fingerprint is more secure when using a VPN, especially like the one offered by Surfshark. And again, right now, go to surfshark.deals/ringofire to get 85% off a 2-year membership and 3 months free. And if you don't feel like typing all that in, just click on the link at the top of the video description below to go right to Surfshark.